Ah. Peace and love. Who's out there? Who's out there? Who's out there? Yo, it's cold, man. It's cold out here. Why is it so cold? Ah. It's cold. We're not meant to be up here. We're not meant to be up here. Yo, not meant to be out here. It's super cold, okay? You're supposed to be in the tropics. Get yourself to the tropics. Just get yourself to the tropics. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This is not the place for you. This is just not. Right? The second I came out here, man, I gotta wear mad layers of clothes. I got sweatshirts, long johns. I got all this shit on. All this stuff on. Right? The second when I get home and I get to take it off, I feel like I finally breathe, man. My skin just be like dying of like just needing air all day. Fly south, little birds. Yo, you gotta get out of here, man. I can't wait to get back to the property, man, and get back in the tropics. Sacrifices, man. But yo, for people who haven't been out of here, get yourself out of here, like ASAP. Like don't even play. Don't even play. Like, I've already tried it. I've tried being in tune out here. I've tried sleeping in tents out here. It's cold, man. It's too cold to be sleeping in tents out here. I was sleeping in tents in Seattle, Washington in the fall, man. It's cold. You need like 7 layers to be in tune out here. You're not even in tune because you can't even get that fresh air. Like, you ain't breathing it. I gotta get back out of here, man. It's cold. It's so cold. I feel like like, snow's nice and all. It looks cool. It definitely looks cool. Like, but it's not something you want to experience. You feel me? Like, you want to see it. Seeing it is fine. Seeing it is good enough, you know? Seeing pictures and stuff is good. But there's nothing you could do, like, healthy and fun in snow. Like, people are like, oh, you could go skiing and snowboarding. Yeah, but you can also, like, you run the risk of, like, hitting a tree or something. I'd rather cool down any day. Yeah, like go get hot in the tropics and go jump in a river or something. Have some real fun. Walk around without a shirt on all the time. Because this, nah. Let's look at this again. Nah. The heat, like, my nose got stuffed up. Like, the heat be drying out my nose. Like, nah, it's okay. This is the last time I'll be experiencing this type of weather. It's good though. I need this like moment of appreciation. Like damn, what are you doing? So, no, you gotta make sacrifices, man. I made a sacrifice. What was I willing to do to create my next reality? And this is what I'm willing to do. But not gonna be doing it soon. What up, my guy? Peace. I'm just talking to everyone about how you need to get yourself down to the tropics and let your body breathe, man. Let your body breathe. Cause out here, look at all these layers. Look at all this. Look at all this. Look at all this. My body's not breathing. My shit is suffocating. Last night I got back to the apartment. I took my shirt off and my body. It's like I felt my body breathing. I've been literally it's been suffering. Like, I'm wearing all this clothes, man. Like, nah, you don't need that. You don't need that. Your skin needs to breathe. You need to be taking in vitamin D. You need the UV. You don't be getting UV yet. You think you get UV and you can get this at the same time? Not happening, bruh. Not happening, bruh. Not happening, bruh. That's just stunting on all of your body. It's just stunting on it. It's just like, yo, just cover up so you can't get all this air. I can't get this oxygen, which is gonna make me stressed, which is gonna help acidify my body. I don't want to be acidic, man. I want to be alkaline. I want to be in homeostasis. So I gotta be in a place where my body can breathe, where it can get some vitamin D. Haven't seen snow for a while. I'd probably go rolling it. I need to wake up. Yo, Costa Rica was beautiful, man. Costa Rica was beautiful. There's some land down there, bro. there's some land, okay? There's just some land to go honor. There's plenty of land to go honor out in Costa Rica. And I need to wake up. Nah, I think we're all, if you're on this page, you're probably woke. But that right there, that ain't fun, bro. Maybe if I had a sled, maybe I'll go sledding. Maybe that'll be one of my videos while I'm out here going sledding. Cause I haven't gone sledding in like 2 years. Yeah, man. I might have to go sledding. So we about to have to hit the deck, get out there and sled a little bit, raise some frequency up around here, show people how to have fun in the snow. But at the same time, I don't want people having fun in the snow. I want people just going down to the tropics, getting in tune with themselves, getting around their food sources, understanding and enjoying abundance, seeing what that real health is. Because real health is in the tropics. Grand awakening, my guy. Inner tubes are fire. You know, I'm more of like a toboggan person. Like, the toboggan's dope. Like, get real old school. Or you could go with, like, if you want to get real old school, you go with the plastic trash lids. But like, they don't really have those trash cans anymore where you could like sled on the lid. Like, that was the goonery when you go grab that. But yeah, inner tubes are dope. Those ones get a little dangerous. You be spinning around. Like, yeah, the snow, not about it. Not about it. I definitely appreciate like whatever purpose it serves out here, but that's just not in the reality that I'll be choosing. So I'm not really feeling like getting too much more acquainted with the snow. I've already had it enough. I've been dealing with the snow for 20-something years, and that's about it. I feel like I'm over it. So I'm ready to get out of here again. But just so everyone knows how I feel about the snow in the Northeast and just being so far north in general. You guys sled in the white sands. Looks like snow but 80 degrees. Wow, that's pretty dope. That's some super dope sledding right there. That means you could sled in like freaking, you could sled in shorts with like bathing suit trunks. That's like a cheat code. That's real sledding. Damn, people, for everyone in this room, check out what real sledding is like in 80 degrees in sun. Yeah, you've been really sledding. Out here, you put on like 14 layers of clothing, like you sweat out of control, you fly fast as hell down a mountain full of trees, and you just pray that you don't catch any ice or anything bad happen to you. That's how we sled out here, right? There ain't no real healthy sledding going on. It's like, yo, do I feel like risking my life on a mountain to enjoy the snow, or do I feel like going down to the tropics and, you know, going to hanging out in a waterfall? Take number two. I take number two. I don't know, that's me. I'm just crazy, right? And people were like, yo, Matt, why are you so upset? Well, not upset, but why are you so fired up about going to the tropics? I was like, have you been there? They're like, no. I'm like, oh, well, shit. Go down there. Tell me what's good. Right, I tried sleeping in a tent. I'll sleep in a tent, Orcas Island, in November. Man, I had like September, October, November. I had to wear about like 4, 5, 6 different like layers of clothing just to survive. Just to survive in my tent. I was freezing. I was gonna catch pneumonia. That's not real life. Down in the tropics, man, I was sleeping like either just buck, or I was sleeping with like a pair of like shorts on. I didn't even need a blanket, and I was good. And you hear all the bugs. You can see the stars. I can't even see stars out here. That's like a disconnect. That's a disconnect. Can we come as to like a group, like just a group judgment that like human beings don't belong this far up north? If everyone could just agree with me on that, and we all come to that level of truth, then we can just like move on from there. We just gotta like all we gotta do is just come to some agreements as like society here. First agreement is that like we should just like vacate anything north of like, I don't know, like Alabama. That'd be like the first thing. Like everyone just be like, yo, peace. It was cool. It was a good try, right? Vacate anything north of like Alabama, because that's like, not saying that Alabama is a great place, but I'm just saying that at least it's still warm sometimes there. Like that should be like the northest humans will be, and then like south, same thing. If you're like out in the bottom of South America, move yourself up north, because you got to get yourself in that tropic belt. It's just like, it doesn't even make sense to be out here. It's like hurting my soul. I had to wake up, I had to like brush off this car to come pick up my brother. I was like, yo, I'm out here brushing off this snow. Like, what is this? What is this nonsense? Alabama. Yeah, man. Alabama is like north, like south, the southest you could be in America and like not move if you really wanted to. Everywhere else, you just gotta be moving further south. Ooh, Timmy, what up? How you doing? Oh, we got a nice room here. But yeah, I'm definitely not feeling the antics going on up here in the Northeast at this time of year. You know, then the problem is I got rid of all my stuff. I only have 2 sweatshirts. I got this jacket, but this jacket isn't even like a jacket for the winter. This is just like some joke. So I have like a pair of long johns and like that's it. Then I just layer it up. I'm living that real simple life. Like I got one bag. I got the travel wardrobe pretty much, enough to fit in a backpack. That's it. So with the travel wardrobe and the traveler's wardrobe, you're not ready for this. I got the tropic wardrobe is just like, yo, 3 pairs of shorts and like a sweatshirt and like 2 shirts just in case. But you never be wearing shirts. Most people know me who are down there in the travels with me are just like, yo, y'all never wear shirts. No, I didn't even know, like, my skin is still reacting to shirts. It's like, yo, what is this? What are you putting on me? This is nonsense. I'm like, yeah, man. I was living without shirts. I didn't wear shoes for the longest time. My feet are mad at me. My feet are like, yo, why are you wearing these things? What the heck is this? This thing is like formed to me, but it's not really formed to me. Like, shoes like make you think that the shoe was made to put your foot in, but like when you put your foot in it, your foot's like, nah, bruh, this is not how I act. Yeah, no shirt, no problem. Yeah, no shoes, no problem. Down in tropics, you could go anywhere without shoes on. You could go in stores barefoot. They don't care. They're just like, yo, are you here to buy some stuff or not? In America, I gotta like get fresh to go to the stores. They're like, oh nah, you gotta have shoes. You gotta have like particular shoes. You gotta have this on. You can't come in here without a shirt on. It's like, what? Why can't I come in there without shirts and shoes on? That's so weird. It doesn't even make sense. Here, you need all that. It's cold. You need heaters, all that. There's so much extra stuff you need when you live outside of like where you can survive naturally. You need, look, like, we're trying to live efficient, right? But you can't live efficient when you live in places like this, when it's cold. It's impossible, because you already need more than you just need more shit. Like, I need a heater. Like, I need to start a fire, so I need a bunch of wood, like, all the time. It's not like down in the tropics, like, you might want to cook here and there, you get some, like, down wood, and you can make a little fire to cook. Here you'll need a fire all the time. So that's wood or electricity or propane constantly. Alright? You need layers. I don't know where you're gonna get all this. You gotta get all this fabric. You need layers. So either you're hunting animals, you're skinning sheep, you're messing with someone's rights. You're doing like you're defiling something. Like you have to be. Like you gotta just be grown. Like it's just like crazy. You gotta eat. You can't just eat fruit out here when it's like this. Because your blood will be thin, you'll be cold as hell. I'll be out, like, I'm out here, I got back, it's like the wind just be jumping through every layer I have and just hugging me. Like, I could wear 20 layers, but somehow the wind still gets in there. It's like, It's like it'd be doing that like 007 stuff, like just getting all up in there. Like what? Nah. No, you do. It is like extra food. This guy's turning into Gandhi. No, like you need extra food. Like think about how much extra food you do need extra food to survive, because like your body is not getting the nutrient source that you get in the freaking south. In the tropics, humans get all the nutrient source they need, whether it's like the vitamin D spectrum, whether it's just the oxygen, the water, all that different stuff. You're getting so much nutrients. Then you're here and like there ain't no nutrients, bruh. You get cravings. You be getting hungry like all the time, because your body, that's the only way your body can replace the sustenance that it's missing from being in its proper environment, is you gotta eat more. You gotta take in nutrients somehow, because like there ain't nutrients out there right now. That's why all the trees have no leaves. It's dead as hell outside. Dead as hell. Like, yeah, man, coconuts. Yo, you seen the vid? You seen my Facebook? How many coconuts I was breaking, man? I'm like the cocoa master. I'm gonna open my own peepa stand. But anyway, what we got here? I was without a shirt in a park sunbathing back in France. Guardians came at me like, yo, not permitted. What? Yo, you can't even be shirtless in a park? Yo, come on now. You know someone ruined that for everyone, right? It's always like every time humans got some like actual rights, they like some person just does some wild shit, and then like everyone's like, I think it's best that no one has rights. It's like, what? Just because one person couldn't handle the rights properly, we all can't have rights? That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. It's like oh, because one person walked in the store with like no shoes on and probably, I don't know what he would have done. I want to know why you can't go in stores with shoes. Why can't you go in stores with shoes? Does anyone know that? Can anyone answer that question? How did someone mess up going into stores without shoes on? Who messed that up for the rest of humanity? I want to know who did that, because that's a real question on my mind. Who ruined and created no shirts, no shoes, no service? Like, who was the person who messed it up? Because you know, at one point it was like, yeah, if you don't have shirts and shoes on, you can still come in here. But one thing must have happened that created no shirts, no shoes. Does anyone know what that is? It's crazy. You go down, so like I went down to the tropics, and then all of a sudden I found out the US was doing some fuck shit down there too. That was some craziness. Like I went down there, they're like, yeah, you know, we used to have mad cacao. We were the leading producer in cacao at one point. And I was like, really? Yeah, no, you guys got so much chocolate around here. They're like, yeah, then like the US and the UN started spraying out here, and it gave all of our trees a disease. And I was like, what? Bruh, come on now. I was like, you serious? I can't run away from this anywhere. I can't run away from people taking away from like just like messing with like just life. Like what? How do you do that? Who does stuff like that? That makes me wonder. People like, when I was down there were some beings who were like really like on that, yo, the world has like this Luciferian like thing going on. There's like this theme of like this Luciferian construct and blah blah blah. And some of the stuff that goes on in the world, like you really think that, because the lower self is like a real goon. Like they used to be doing some crazy stuff, and I was just like, yo, I could see where you could really just like be stuck on that, because like some of this stuff really doesn't make sense. They just be snatching rights out here. It's like, yo, it's like they make it feel like it's like an extra, like it's a luxury to like eat. Like you come up here, it's like you're in the tropics. Like you walk down the street and there's fruit trees. You walk down the street, like there's so many things you can like eat and drink. Like you don't gotta worry about that. Like, but out here it's like a luxury to eat. Like it's super luxurious shit, because like there's no way, like it's like if you're not getting it from this supermarket, you're not getting it, bruh. Like, so it's like a luxury to eat. Like not everyone can really just be out here eating like that. And eating healthy, boy, stop. That's even harder. I can't even imagine. So like they be taking your birthrights and just messing with you, because they know you're in a spot where they can mess with your birthrights. They can mess with your birthrights up here in the north. They can't mess with your, I'm gonna be honest, like they can't mess with your birthrights when you're in the tropics. Cause if you look how the people live in the tropics, they don't play that. Like, honestly, they be walking around with machetes all day. They walk around without shoes on. They walk around without shirts on. They know that you can't really mess with that. They're not gonna work. They're not gonna work for you when they don't want to. They'll work for you just until they feel like they're good. Like, they'll be like, oh, I'm only working 3 hours today. And it's like, why? Why are you only working 3 hours? Because you see all that jungle, I can eat whenever I want. I don't gotta be up in here slaving for you. It's like, word, that's real. Out here, it's like a luxury to eat. It's a luxury to have things that you're supposed to have. It's like your birthright is a luxury up in the north. People be like, nah, you just go too in. It's like, I'm not going too in. I'm just stating the fact. Like, if I can't walk down the street and I can't find any food, like, it's the dead of winter. They call it the dead of winter for a reason, because everything is dead. Every tree is dead. All the vegetation is dead. All that. So if I'm trying to eat, I'm not gonna eat snow. Sorry, there's no, like, there's really, people talking about protein and shit. Like, there's really no protein in snow. No one's getting protein out here, except if they go to the supermarket. And we all know protein's a falsity, and it's just amino acids, but just for my people who are still looking for protein. But, like, you're supposed to be able to eat out of your environment. Like, you can't be eating out of your environment here. It's gotta be luxurious. Like, you gotta have a job. You gotta have some money. You gotta have that money, honey. But down in the tropics, people be living off, like, they get their hourly rate down there is like $3, $4, $6 an hour. Like, that's like it, like within that range. And people be living grandiose lives down there. They be walking around no shoes on. They walk around no shirts on, coconuts in hand, machetes on their sides, eating fruit all day. And then when they wanna splurge on some food, that's what they get their money for, to like splurge on some food. Like, oh, I'm gonna have some exotic stuff. Like, I'm about to make this at home tonight. But like, most of the time you're chilling. You walk down the street, there's avocados growing on a tree. You're not spending $2.50 an avocado, man. You're getting it for the free. Like, so how can you tell that person what they can and can't do? How can you tell that person what they can and can't do? You can't tell that person anything. They know what's good around them. It's what? You come out here, it's like, what? It's like this. Like, I'm excited to see my family. I'm excited to see, like, some of the people that I haven't seen in a grip. And I'm excited to get, like, all this shit together for my next step, so that the land can be perfect, so the land can have all the stuff it needs for anyone who comes down to the tropics, anyone who needs a place to stay. They'll have amenities, everything will be perfect. But as far as being out here and what this reality is up north, man, it just like puts everything in perspective real quick. Like, real quick. Like, whoa, it's cold. This shit's not for everyone. This is not, well, it's not for anyone. Like, and that's the thing. I always, when you get into things about living up here in the north and stuff, it's always that stuff where people hit you with yeah, but you can. Like, yeah, but we can live up north. We can live anywhere we want, because we've created things to allow us to do that. Okay, can and should are two different ideas. Just because I can do something doesn't always mean I should do something. And like, living up north and living in cold climates like this, that's where can and should needs to be properly looked at. Like, I can live out here. I'm acknowledging that. Like, I'm looking around like, yo, I can live out here. But should I live out here? Nah, you shouldn't live out here. Can and should are completely different things. Just like my man who was saying that you can drink Coca-Cola because your body will break it down properly if you can program it. Can you drink Coca-Cola and maybe get some kind of effect from it? But should you drink Coca-Cola? No, you shouldn't drink Coca-Cola, right? Like, yo, it's just crazy, man. It's just can and should. It's like the classic, like, breakdown. Like, doing and being. Doing and being, can and should. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Because out here, you shouldn't be doing this, man. No one should be doing this. I hope I'm doing this so that freaking, like, so many people don't have to do this again. My goal is, like, I get this over with, get this little stint out of the way, and then, like, never spending a winter here ever again. Like, no more winters here. And I hope that I could save at least 100 people over the rest of my life from having to deal with this. If I could save at least like 100 people over the rest of my life, that's like 2 people a year for like 50 years from dealing with this. Like, I'm good. You could be like, I don't need nothing else, because this right here, humans shouldn't be having to deal with this. This is not like, it's not real. This is so not real. It's not real. That's why, like, they're able to do so much crazy shit. It's like, yo, no wonder, because you can't grow your food. Like, if I can't grow my food in an area, then I'm already subject to, like, what someone's willing to do for me. Like, I already lose control. I can't grow my own food, I lost control. And they just keep doing that. Hello, you made my morning. Thank you, carry on. No problem. Glad I can make your morning. But you just peep it. It's like, damn, like, here I am, just trying to enjoy life, and they just get you get in a place where you can't grow food. There's no food growing anywhere. There's no food growing anywhere. There's no natural, like, food sources growing at this time of year. That's scary. That's like a real thing. Like, people gotta think about that. There's no food sources growing naturally. So automatically you're subject to stores. What do stores require? They require food. It doesn't require you having knowledge. Because down in the tropics, down in areas where they don't deal with, like, this type of weather, all you have to do is have knowledge. Literally, knowledge is so much power. If I just know what I can eat and I know where to find it, no one can stop me from eating. I can never go hungry. I can just roam. And that's why, like, there's some weird things, like weird initiatives going on. Like, you see it down there. They're already trying to switch, like, they're trying to switch people's seeds down there. They're doing all kinds of stuff. Now we know that also food has special vibration in place that has, yep, thank you. Now we're talking. So, like, you have to eat your food. Like, I made a video about that before. You have to eat your food. Nelly pot lifestyle. You have to eat your food where it comes from. You can't move your food over landlines. There's reasons. Winter gardens, yeah, okay. But again, that takes a lot of resources for a winter garden. So I'm talking about sustainable. Like, okay, you can go and you can get plastic wrap. You can go and dig your stuff into the ground, and you can get tubes and 2x4s and cut it, and you can make a greenhouse and you can grow your food that way. But now we're talking about taking on karmic response. So, like, when I talk about, like, living sustainably, I'm talking about, like, least karmic response possible. And, like, with that being said, saying, like, how much do you have to, like, transmute? Now I'm going to talk to my alchemists and stuff here. How much do I have to transmute in order to manifest this thing? Like, in the tropics, you just throw the seed in the ground, that shit grows. It's like, I don't gotta build nothing. I don't have to go and cut down a tree. I don't have to do it. All I have to do is, if I have the space, I put the seed there, it grows. It's pretty much, it's like a 1, 2, 3. Out here, it's like, I gotta go get some 2x4s from Home Depot. I gotta go find some plastic wrap. I gotta, like, wrap everything up. Where did the wrap come from? What am I gonna do after? Like, like, all these different things. It's like, nah, that's, again, everything up north is made to, like, go against, like, the natural order of things. Like, once you get up north, you start living out here, you're constantly slowly subjecting yourself against the natural order of things, because the environment is not the same. It's just not sustainable. Shortest route to reciprocal exchange. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can't live up here and be doing that. So what I'm saying is, for my people who are up north, right? Because then everyone hits you with that, well, what do you do when you are up here? Okay, when you are up here, you try to minimize your damage as best as you can, right? So I say minimize your damage. Don't travel as much. Get yourself in a location where you're closest to the things you need and don't have to be moving around as much. That's number one. Because you don't want to be taking up too much of all these resources if you don't have to. 2, get yourself some real warm clothes. So get yourself long johns, get yourself layers, get layered up, right? Because you don't want to have to be reliant on heat and all that stuff all the time either. 3, now for your diet, you want to make sure when you have your big meal of the day, like you make sure like you really put some like heavy foods in there. You want some root vegetables, you want root foods and stuff like heavy, because you want your body burning so you can stay warm. Because just being like fruitarian straight up out here, you need more nutrients. You can like not more nutrients, but you need to thicken, you need to burn more. Fruit doesn't burn like that to keep you like warm. Fruit keeps you a little more liquid. That's why it's super awesome for the tropic environments. Like you'll be out there, you'll be like, oh, it's 100 degrees, man, it feels like 60. Like you're good. But up here, you need to keep that body burning warm. So if you have more root vegetables, things like that, you're good. Ooh, snowman tutorial. I'll make the most conscious snowman. What? Snowman will be dope. I might have to do a quick snowman tutorial. That's fire. I don't know what the snow is like though. I think it might be that powdery stuff. I think it's I'll give me like a day, so let it melt a little bit. Snowman tutorials on the way. Let me think. How else do you survive out here in the Northeast as a conscious person? Still just try, like, don't leave the produce section. If you can do all your shopping in the produce section, you're safe. You'll be super safe. Like, you don't have to worry about anything. All your shopping in the produce section. If you can do that, and just the worst like, I don't care what it is there, if you have to make some sacrifices on some, make sure you just stay in the produce section. Don't go hopping around the aisles and stuff, because they, like, this time of year is when they really start trying to like get you to eat the craziest stuff ever. It's like they put chocolate in every aisle, they put cookies in every aisle, they got all the promotions, because around here it's like everyone just be staying in, so they push all these like, eat your cookies, drink your like your hot cocoa and stay inside. Nah, you want to just be in the produce section, keeping yourself alive with good fruits and vegetables, and then just stock up on the root vegetables. Like they had taro, like if they've got taro, get yourself some taro. You know what I mean? Get yourself some taro. Like people, like not a lot of people like using yucca and stuff, but like yucca's a very thick root vegetable. Like if you have to substitute it in for a couple months, good, be balanced. It's from the earth. Like just eat from the earth. Don't be afraid. Like people talk about the alkaline diet. Now alkaline diet is fantastic. Alkaline diet is so healing, it's amazing. But like even within the alkaline diet, like you don't have to be like 100% eating alkaline every single meal in order to be alkaline. 80-20 is still alkaline. So if you have like a little bit of yucca in your day, you just add only yucca, but you don't overdo it. You don't be frying it. You just boil it, cook it properly, like with what you're eating. You're okay. Like there's not gonna be an issue. There's not gonna be an issue as long as the rest of what you're eating is good. Remember, it's like the balance and what you're balancing. Now, if you're going out and you're having Entenmann's cookies, and then like having fruits and vegetables, like you're just like, you're kind of disrespecting the balance thing here. Like, but if you're just eating like some yucca from the, like that still comes from the earth, and you're eating still the rest alkaline, like you're okay. You're gonna be good. You got to get yourself through this environment, but then make sure you're going to get yourself out of the environment. Make plans to get away from this, right? You don't want to stay in this. Your plan should be, what can I do to get me through this so I can get out? Yucca, some people call it cassava. Some people call it, I forgot what the other name is for it. But it's like a root. You'll see it. Depends on the store you go to too. Some, like, you know, supermarkets be trying to like appeal to certain demographics. Like where I'm at here, there's a good Central American influence, so they got yucca, we got plantains, there's breadfruit, all that at the supermarkets here. But some places, never seen a yucca, cassava, yeah. The only country that charges more for balanced natural foods compared to others who have never even heard of a dollar menu of fast food. Right? Think about that. Where I was at, when I was in Costa Rica, I didn't see one freaking McDonald's or Taco Bell or anything until I was in the city. When I was like out in the towns and stuff, they didn't fuck with fast food. They didn't do it. Everyone, like, you don't have to ask all the time, yo, is this organic? Like the vendors, like, they get like mad if you ask that, because they're like, yo, you think I'd feed you poison? Because they're not, like, they just, okay, so people out there, when you see someone and they're like kind of like in their truck or something selling their fruits and vegetables, that's like, because that's from their crib. Like, they probably ate some of that too. Like, they never are out here trying to like get you like that. Like, it's a whole different experience, man. You can trust so much more. It's so much easier. Like, you don't understand how healing it was for me, one, to not have electricity or my phone use or any thing like that for just 3 weeks. That was like healing as hell. Two, not always having to be like looking and reading and like ingredients and stuff like that. That is like, yo, it makes you just feel so much better. It makes you just like, your mind, it's like so much more like relaxing for the body. Like, then being around other people who understand like different things. Like, you gotta remember, when people leave, anybody when you go to these tropic places who lives there and isn't from there, you probably left for some reason similar to you. So automatically you have a lot of people who are like woke. There's just like a woke nature. Like, people are conscious. Like, once you get out of this environment, the problem is sometimes like it's hard to critically think this environment inside this environment if you don't really have anything to compare it with. And like, when you get out of this environment, a lot of times it's easier for people to critically think it, because now they can compare it to something. And that's been my biggest problem with, like, when it comes to like things going on in the States and people making these moves to try and be and live in more in tune. A lot of them don't really have anything to compare it to. So like, the way they're showing like this like in tune conscious vibe is like still on the spectrum of like what it looked like, very like states oriented and capitalist, because like they don't have like that real left to like make my like critical thought. It's hard to compare. So like, we have to just be out here knowing the game and knowing that there's games being played, and like, we just gotta be mindful. Everyone's gotta be mindful. But my first thing, if everyone asks me, because everyone's been asking me like, yo, like, what would you like, because why do you want land, why did you get land out there? Like, when I was going through customs, they were badgering me because I brought money in there. I didn't have that money anymore. They're like, where did all the money go? It's like, yo, I got land. They're like, why do you want to move there? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, why the fuck do I want to live here? No, it's just good. But it's like, yo, why do you want to, like, you gotta just really look at it and be like, yo, where's my body feel best? Why does everyone feel so rested when they come back from vacation? Why do you always feel so good on vacation when you go to the Caribbean and stuff like that? Why do you feel so much better that when you come back it's like you're stressing out again? Because you have to like sit down and look at all the things that are going on in the area and what it's creating. It's creating these different variations of things, these different variations of people and feelings and notions, because they're literally suffocating. Like, yo, it's easier for me to get stressed out when I have all these layers on because my body isn't breathing. So like, literally, I'm over here and I just have to like breathe. Like, your body needs to breathe. Your mind needs to be able to breathe. You need to see green. Like, green opens the heart chakra. We all know this. That's why they made money green. So if you're down in an environment where it's just green everywhere, yo, you're gonna be feeling some super feels, like real feels. And like, that's what you want to be doing. Like, you want to be experiencing that. You don't want to be experiencing out here where like 4 or 5 months of the year you don't get anything. You don't get any, like, you can't see, like, you just get just all this white out. You don't want that. You want to be in your feels. Like, get down to the tropics, be in your feels. That's why people be like falling in love on vacation and shit too, because you feel so happy and so full of love. You want to give it and express it, and that's fine. That's like what it's supposed to be like. You're supposed to be out here feeling that feeling. You're not supposed to be out here trying to duck and cover from your environment. You're not supposed to be afraid of like your environment. You're not supposed to be fighting against, like, everyone's at war every day out here. Like, you're warring against the environment. You're living at attune. You're at friction with just your environment. You're not supposed to do that. Every time you go to get out of bed and you're like, nah, I don't want to get out of bed, I gotta stay in this, you're warring against your environment. Like, you're stressing your mind out. Just something subtle and simple as that is showing you like that you're putting yourself under stress and duress. Like, it's not healthy. If now again, if you figure out, that's why it's Babylon's also a mindset. Like, you gotta figure out how to zen that situation out. If you could take some deep breaths and keep it calm, bam, you just zen that, you're right out. But you want to make sure that like you're constantly knowledgeable of what's going on. But the biggest way, now like I said, you can do that. You can easily zen your way out of all these things that go on around out here. You could just get your mind to that Super Saiyan spot. But then after, what should you do? Just because you can do that, what should you do? So you should first be able to overcome it in your mind, but then you got to overcome it in the environment. Then you do what you should do. You do what you can do so you can do what you should do. Like, I should just be living in tune all the time. I should just be down in the environment all the time. But I can do something to set something up so that more than just me can go down and safely enjoy and be in tune and do all this stuff. So I know I can do that, but I know I should just be in the tropics all the time. So I'm gonna do what I can do so I can do what I should do. Like, you're supposed to do to be. So I'm supposed to do certain things so I can be more of myself. I shouldn't just be doing a bunch of things and then not be able to be. So everything should be cause and effect. Should be a beginning to an end, a means to an end. A plus B equals something. There should be an end. So that's what we need to get to. So it was good to check in with you guys. It was good morning, grand rising, grand awakening for my people in the Northeast. Stay strong. Why do they expect us to come back to the U.S.? Shameful we are questioned for buying properties which will better us. When coming back to the North makes anyone feel constantly masked to the awakening of what we really need. Why do they expect us to come back to the U.S.? Well, because they know they got you in the U.S. Shameful we are questioned for buying properties which will better us. Yeah, well, you gotta remember that they're not really they're on a whole different tip. When I first came back, man, they took almost like a pound of turmeric from me in customs, because I was bringing it back for my mom and my family. I was bringing it back for my mom and my family, and they jacked that from me. They took a pound of turmeric. That doesn't even make sense. How do you take a pound of turmeric from someone? Like, that's like a healing herb. They're like, you can't bring this in here. Oh, so I can't bring health into America? Like, come on. But anyway, this is my bro. Yo. Alright, we're gonna head out. I'm gonna catch up with him a little bit. So, oh, that's weird. It already says, do you want to tag Brandon Barboza in this video? Damn. They're doing the facial recognition. No one's safe, no one's safe. Just kidding. But, yo, I love you all. I love myself. Have a great day.